If you feel like you have been trying to manifest something, the only reason why it's not there is because you still feel like you're manifesting it. You still feel like you're trying, and I know this, okay? I'm living it, I experience it. And all it's going to take is for you to just shift your mindset to no longer manifesting and trying, to actually just being and having. Now that you're here, before we start the video, if you haven't done so already, I would love for you to come and join the free Discord community and also grab your free copy of the Manifest My Dream Life ebook. The link for both of those will be in the description below. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into the video. Happy Monday, y'all. So with today's video, I basically want to just be transparent with y'all about something that I wanted to try for myself, and it's something so simple. So just a quick disclaimer: if you are somebody who is an instant manifester, you identify as an instant manifester, you don't feel like you need to affirm to get what you want, you don't feel like there's a process, this video is probably not going to be for you. I don't ever intend to limit anybody at all whatsoever, but more so this video is for somebody who has identified a desire in their life that they want to manifest, that you want to experience, and you feel like you just can't seem to experience it because I don't know about y'all, but I'm sure there's some of you that have experienced that, where you realize there's something you want and you just feel like nothing has changed, nothing has shifted. You don't have what you want. You feel like you've tried things and it's not working. This video is more so for that type of person. Now that that's out the way, I just want to talk to you all about my own personal process that I went through. I decided that I was tired of being a version of myself when it comes to a specific thing that I'm wanting to manifest, right? And I won't disclose what it is, but it's just something that I've realized that I've struggled with my entire life, and I don't want to be that version of myself anymore. And I realized that I have been attempting, right, to manifest this thing for a couple of years now, because I was looking at my Parrot app with the looped affirmations, and I realized something like there's this thing that I want to manifest, that I want to experience, but the problem that I have is consistency when it comes to this thing. Now, there are other things that I manifest so fast. There are things that manifest for me within the same day, like within moments of it. And it's because I'm not putting those things on a pedestal. And this one particular thing is something that I have definitely realized I have limiting beliefs around. It is definitely something that I have identified as it's going to be a little bit harder, or I have to put in work to manifest this thing. And I'm making this video to let you know that it's okay if you have that mindset. It's okay if that's what you're experiencing, because it's just a version of you that you've identified as. And most of the time, you've identified as this version of yourself for so long. But for me, I am dedicated to changing that, because I really sat down and took the time to reflect on my patterns. And the patterns that I was having is changing my affirmations all the time. I kept realizing that I was ending up in situations where I was continuing to have to complain about circumstances. And I was in this cycle. Like, I can't keep ending up in these same situations in my 3D reality, keep stating the same things over and over, because that's what's keeping me from experiencing this desire that I have for myself. I just realized I wasn't consistent with affirmations, with my routine, with anything. And for me personally, I feel like when you are all over the place with your desire, that's why your reality looks like it's all over the place. The things that you make an indefinite decision about, you just decide on it and it happens, and you can think about something one time, let it go, not think about it again, and it literally shows up in your reality. But the things that you really desire to experience, you have an emotional attachment to, things that really trigger you, yes, I do believe that when you become aware that you want to change that situation, you need to be consistent. If you have stated something one time and it has not happened, then consistency and discipline is literally the only thing that you need to do. So for myself, I decided I am fed up with attempting this thing, just doing it for however long and then dropping it and just not being consistent. And when I say doing it for however long, it's like I'm just sporadically affirming something throughout the day, or I might just think of an affirmation here and there. And for me, for this particular desire, I know I need to be locked in completely. And yes, that can be an assumption and a limitation that I have placed on myself, but it's okay, because there's nothing wrong with affirming. Like, you're thinking all day anyway, so there's nothing wrong with it. So what I decided to do is I was going to attempt to do my 30-day consistency workshop. And like I told y'all, I struggle with consistency. Again, that is just a version of myself that I am assuming. That is just something that I have told myself. If you're a procrastinator, if you're lazy, if you put things off, that's just an identity that you're assuming of yourself. And it's going to take you to recognize it and to change that identity, change that basically the way that you're describing yourself, right? So when it comes to certain desires, I can tell that I'm not consistent. So I decided I'm going to do my consistency workshop. Well, me already identifying as a non consistent person, and then I go to do my 30-day workshop. I realized on day 8, I was supposed to be on day 18. I was consistent for some days and then I missed some days, and then I was consistent for some days again and then I missed some days. So I sat down and I thought about it and I reflected on it and I was like, okay, you attempted to do these 30 days and you did not achieve that. You didn't accomplish it. Instead of allowing it to beat me up, instead of allowing it to, mess up my mindset or make me feel bad about myself, I said, how can I fix this? How can I make it to where I can accomplish these 30 days? Even though, no, it does not take 30 days for you to manifest a single thing. Like, it legit does not take that long. But for me in the workshop, it was really just more so to change who you're being. So when you change who you're being and that's what you're focused on, your whole reality shifts with that. Like, I've done it with other things, but then certain things I just have these attachments to from my previous story. Like, I'm human too, y'all. Like, I still have certain things that I know that I'm aware of, right? That I can do better on, that I can change, that I can fix. So whenever I was like, okay, how do I fix this? Because I need to master my 30 days. Like, that's just a goal that I want to do for myself. I want to have 30 days of consistency. Just a sidebar, like whenever I wanted to be a health coach, I would always do like different kind of fast or different kind of detoxes because I wanted to discipline myself. I wanted to see how disciplined I could be. I wanted to work on my mental, wanted to work on my willpower, right? So I would do like 30-day detoxes, 21-day raw vegan fast. I did a 7-day water fast. And although even with the 7-day water fast, like all I'm doing is drinking water for 7 days, like no juice, no food, no nothing, water only for 7 days. And it took me 3 tries to accomplish that. The first time that I did it, I cracked by day 2. The second time that I did it, I cracked by day 2. And when I got ready to attempt it the third time, I had a conversation with myself and I was like, you know what? You're going to do it this time. All you have to do is get past day 2. Get to day 3, make it past day 3, and it's going to be a smooth sail. So I was mentally determined to make it to day 3. And then the third time that I attempted it, I made it to day 3. And then after that, it was smooth sailing and I made it to my full 7 days. And when I finally accomplished that, it just made me feel so powerful. And although I didn't understand law of assumption and know about conscious creation, I just understood law of attraction at that time. But it really shifted me because it showed me that anything that I put my mind to, I can do. And although that was something physical, it still applies to the metaphysical, the spiritual, and really just creating your reality in general. So I used to do those things all the time for myself to discipline myself and to, keep myself in these boundaries of you can do this thing. But I've noticed I've kind of gotten a little lax in that area these past couple of years. So I said, let's revamp this and let's really find a way to accomplish this. So I set out to do a 7-day challenge for myself. And with that 7-day challenge, I did not have a routine set. There was nothing that I wrote down on the table. My only goal was to literally affirm as much as possible every single day. So I was going to affirm as much as possible every single day. I had journal prompts that I was going to do every day. And I had a guided meditation that I was listening to on my way to sleep. And all I wanted to do was make it to the 7 days. I didn't care if my desires showed up within 7 days or not because I did not want to pressure myself. I didn't want to make it seem like I have to get this thing in 7 days. And I didn't want to stress myself out because I've already stressed myself out enough with this whole category of this desire. So So I set out to do the 7 days and I accomplished the 7 days. And again, although the desire did not physically manifest, I still had shifts within myself. I was able to be so consistent. I noticed my consistency. I have created a new routine for myself at this point that has still lingered on past those 7 days. So now I'm in the habit of just naturally thinking in my favor. Now I'm in the habit of doing my journal prompts nightly. Now I'm in the habit of setting time aside to do a meditation. So I started with my 7 day challenge and I accomplished it, and I was so happy about it. And what I noticed from that is, although the desire did not physically manifest, I still shifted for myself because now I have more conscious awareness to thinking in my favor. Even when things come up in my reality now where I would normally be triggered and respond a certain way, I've already started responding a different way. I've already been naturally consistent. It's like I have a routine now, how I wind down at the end of the day, how I start my day, where I was struggling with that a little bit in the beginning. Now it's easier to do. And it only took me 7 days to get to this point. So now from the 7 days, I've created a new challenge for myself, which is going to be a 14-day challenge. And then from that 14-day challenge, I'm going to go back and do my 30-day workshop. So for those of you that have done the workshop, I'm speaking to you right now. If you have done it, if you have signed up for it and you feel like you've missed a day or two or 10, do not feel bad about it, okay? It is a practice. It's not a process. It is a practice, okay? You are literally just practicing on being the best version of yourself. If you have been a certain way for so long and you've been stuck in certain ways and certain habits and certain thought processes for so long, then yes, you get used to doing those things. And all it takes is you practicing on how to be a different version of yourself. And again, if you don't resonate with practicing, this video just isn't for you. Think about being that version of yourself and be that version of yourself. But for those of you who do need that extra little layer of something, that little layer of accountability, just practice it every single day. And again, that's why I came up with the 30-day workshop, because it was something to hold you accountable, allow you to be that version of yourself every single day, because I knew that I struggled with consistency, right? I already knew that. And it's because I tell myself I struggle with consistency is why I struggle with it, right? But it takes me being like, okay, I'm going to be a different version of myself and I'm not going to struggle with consistency anymore. I'm going to be the version of me who can literally be consistent every single day. So that's what I'm basically working on now. That's the version of me that I'm deciding to be now. It's easy to be consistent in other things, but for me, when there's constantly a trigger coming up every other day about a specific topic, then my consistency can waver. But I've decided like that's not going to be me. And if you have been that version of yourself, or if you realize you keep trying to manifest something, you keep attempting to manifest something, then just take 7 days to be consistent. Find something that is easy for you. And what was easiest for me is not setting aside time to go sit in a firm and meditate and stuff, because my life can be all over the place sometimes. And if I can't do it, then I'm like, well, I didn't make it today. No, I just decided I'm going to affirm as much as possible throughout my day, like every single day. And that's just what I did. And because of that, now it's easier for me to be consistent. And now I'm going to challenge myself for another 14 days to be consistent. And then after that, I just want to do the 30 days because I just want to continue to embody that version of myself. I say that these things are like training wheels, they're training wheels on a bike. You use them to help you get started. If you are constantly thinking against yourself, if you are constantly contradicting what it is that you want, that is the only thing stopping you from having your desire. We cannot continue to contradict ourselves. And I know that. There are things that when my back is against the wall and I have no other choice, then yeah, it's super easy for me to be consistent. Like, I have no choice because what I see in my reality is not what I want to experience. But then it's like when I do have a choice, I can be super laxed and I can slack off and drop the ball. For you, I really think it just takes that decision, because I made that decision for myself that I am done. I am done playing games in my reality. I am done, not betting on myself. I am done being this version of myself. When you get to a point where you are fed up, that's when you're ready to change, And even when you are affirming for things and you are doing things, and let's say you set out to do a 7-day challenge for yourself and you are going to just think of your desire as much as possible throughout the day, just to train your mind to think that way naturally. even if you don't experience your physical desire, don't think that nothing is working because things are always moving. You have absolutely shifted. If you do 7 days and you just tell yourself you have whatever it is that you're manifesting, you tell yourself you have it for 7 days, you're still shifting, you're changing. Like, the version of you that you're being is being a completely different version of yourself. Whatever stress, whatever anxiety, whatever, doubts, whatever was coming up before is either going to disappear or it's going to be very, very minimal. So I definitely want to challenge you all to just show up for yourself for the next 7 days, telling yourself that you have what you want. Don't stress yourself out. Don't give yourself no super crazy like routine to do. Just tell yourself you have it as much as possible throughout the day for the next 7 days. Don't ask questions, don't contradict, don't look for it, don't have to feel like you have to go look for all these different videos and all these different success stories. No, just be that version of yourself for 7 days and allow yourself to shift with that mindset. Allow yourself to embody that new version of you. So if I'm able to motivate you on anything for this week, it is this. From what I've learned for myself with this one thing that I just feel like I dropped the ball so many times, like everything else manifests so easily, but this one thing is like I keep dropping the ball, I keep starting and stopping, I keep changing affirmations. Just decide that you are no longer going to be that inconsistent version of yourself. Decide that you are going to be consistent as the version who has what you want. Don't create no crazy routine. Just decide for 7 days that you are going to tell yourself you have it as much as possible. And what I mean by that is when you're waking up and getting ready, when you're in the shower, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're driving in the car, when you're cooking, when you're cleaning, all of that. You need to be telling yourself your affirmation. Pick one affirmation, maybe no more than two. For me personally, I only picked one because my mind can go a bunch of different places. I can have so many thoughts going on at one time. So I picked one affirmation to focus on. I listen to it sometimes throughout the day to help me to stay focused. Like, if you're somebody that feels like you cannot stay focused on your affirmation or it's hard for you to focus, record your affirmation on something like the Parrot app. Put your earbud in. You can only put one in. You don't have to put two, and allow it to play throughout your day. And you'll notice, like, what happens for me is when I do that, I'll notice that I'm starting to affirm with the audio. Like, I am affirming along. Sometimes I'm not because I'm engaged in a conversation or I'm doing something. But then whenever my mind is like idle and I'm on autopilot, I am paying attention to the audio and now I'm affirming along with it. So that also can really help you to stay focused, to stay on track, but don't stress yourself out, okay? If you feel like you have been trying to manifest something, the only reason why it's not there is because you still feel like you're manifesting it. You still feel like you're trying, and I know this, okay? I'm living it. I experience it. And all it's going to take is for you to just shift your mindset to no longer manifesting and trying, to actually just being and having. I really want you to know that you got this, okay? Like, I want you to lock in, pick one affirmation, and just do it, okay? Decide that you're done playing back and forth with your reality and just decide that it's done, okay? Honestly, 7 days of consistency is all you need to change who you're being, to change your thoughts, and to really get those gears going into being that version of yourself. Whatever it is that you desire can absolutely manifest within those 7 days, because it doesn't take 7 days to manifest something. It's instant, right? The moment you decide something, it is done. Like, you can tell yourself that you have this thing, you instantly assume that state of being. But what happens is we start contradicting it. We have all these opposing thoughts, and it instantly takes us out of the state of being, and we're residing in the reality where we've existed for so long. That's why it seems like nothing's moving and nothing is working. But when you can consistently tell yourself the same thing over and over, you're holding that state of being, you're grounding yourself in that reality, and you are assuming that. And then because you're doing that, your reality materializes. And whatever rate it materializes for you, that's based on your own decisions, that's based on your own assumptions and your own beliefs, okay? So just commit. If you have felt like you have done this for so long and you keep trying and stopping, picking it up and putting it down, just commit to 7 days, okay? Just commit to 7 days. And if it sounds interesting to you, or if it resonates with you that you want to completely change who you are, change your identity, change who you're being, and you want an extra layer of accountability, you can absolutely do the 30-day workshop. It unlocks one day at a time. And if you commit to 7 days, right? Like how I just did, committing to just doing 7 days. If you can commit to doing 7 days, then what happens is it gets easier and easier for you. But Even if you join the workshop and you started and you don't stay consistent that first week and you miss a couple of days, don't feel bad about it. You can start it over. It after it's completely unlocked, you can do it as many times as you want. You can do it with different desires, different identities, characteristics about yourself. But the thing here is to show up for yourself. Nobody can make anything manifest for you. Nobody can make anything happen for you. You have to do it for yourself. And you have to decide to show up for yourself. Just like I made the decision that I am done doing this, like I can manifest all this stuff, but this one thing that I have been triggered by for so long, I am not going to be triggered by it no more. I am done. That decision was done. And now because I decided that, I'm going to make myself be consistent for 7 days, like pushing myself to do that. And by me pushing myself to do that, it gets easier. Now I'm not pushing myself for the 14 days. Then I'm not going to push myself for the 30 days. And I'm not doing this saying, oh, I have to do 2 months of this before I can manifest the thing. No, I'm doing 2 months of this because I just want to be a completely different version of myself. I want to elevate. I want to evolve. And I want to stop doing certain patterns and having certain habits that I have. So me being aware of that and me deciding on that is what I'm doing here. So if any of this message resonates with any of you, that's what I intend for, okay? If you have questions or comments, please leave them down for me below. If you're interested in getting any guidance or assistance with your manifestations, I do offer phone and email coaching, and I also have group coaching through YouTube and Patreon. The link for everything is down below. If you watch this video until the end, I appreciate you so much, and I will see y'all in the next video. Hey, my loves. So if you made it to this part of the video, welcome to the secret club. I still need a name for it. I saw somebody leave a comment and I literally forgot what you said the name should be. But if you're just now seeing this for the first time, this is just like a little secret Easter egg that I decided that I'm going to start doing in the videos, where I leave you a affirmation, a little mini gem, and you can definitely leave the affirmation down in the comments to let me know that you saw this part. But I want to let you know that your consistency is your confirmation, okay? Your consistency is your confirmation that you are doing everything right. If you have struggled with consistency and you are now realizing that, okay, I'm going to be consistent for 7 days, and you make it those 7 days, then that is your confirmation that you are a new version of yourself. Because if you've attempted something so many times before and it didn't work and you finally got it this time, you are a new version of yourself. Identify as that new version. That is your confirmation to let you know that it's working. Like if you do 7 days and your desire doesn't show up in your reality, it doesn't mean that it's not working. It is working because you're a new version of yourself, because you decided to stick to something for 7 days where you didn't do it previously. And now here you are at day 7, being a consistent version of yourself. And what happens from there? You only elevate. Things only get easier. And we all know that repetition is important. That's what your subconscious understands. Consistency and discipline is what you need, and your dominant thoughts is what manifests. So if you're able to continue to do that naturally, it's only going to get better for you, okay? So my affirmation that I have for you right now is, so if you are somebody who is going to do the 7-day consistency challenge for yourself and just challenge yourself to repeat your affirmation and just be the version of yourself because you're fed up with not having what you want, you're fed up with everything, and you want to just get the shit that you want, then I want you to type "it's already mine" because I already decided so, okay? You can put whatever emoji you want to afterwards, but I want you to type that in the comments, and I love you so much. Thank you for watching the video to the very end, and I will see y'all in the next video.